#ons. Should I really be calling you that, considering how much you love to watch me suffer? I think we can conclusively say that you love to watch me suffer after the response to my last video has been so good. And I'm not just doing this because the response to my last Girl Defined video was good. I got the idea to follow it up with a part 2 before I even posted that video, because I am fascinated. I truly cannot look away from this train wreck. I may have Instagram stalked them. And that's not what I'm doing in this video, but I am in fact going to show you the Girl Defined website. I've looked at it a bit. I've typed gay into the search bar. I've also gotten a lot of comments and a lot of messages on social media from Christians saying, hey, I'm religious, but I don't believe the things that these girls do. I think they're ridiculous, or I'm gay and I'm a Christian. And I obviously don't want anyone to think that I'm making fun of their religion, because I'm not. I am very specifically making fun of these girls and people who use Christianity the way that they do. I really don't think that there's a conflict between Christianity and homosexuality. I think that there's a conflict between homosexuality and the society of 2,000 years ago that produced the Bible. And there's lots of shitty things in the Bible that rational religious people don't think should be adapted to the modern world. And I don't want to scare anyone away who is religious. You can cringe along at these girls with us. This is what the Girl Defined website looks like. It's very aggressively heterosexual. So they have books. They've written 2 books, I believe. Maybe we've been looking at this thing called Love All Wrong. In this insightful, encouraging, and totally candid book, sisters Kristen Clark and Bethany Baird share a radically better and refreshingly biblical. Refreshingly biblical. I'm so confused. They keep saying they're sisters. Are they actually biologically sisters? They don't look alike, they have different names. I'm confused as to what. Get the coloring book free. They have a coloring book. I'm gonna cry. This exists. If you're a young woman looking for true romance according to God's way, you can't afford to miss this book. These pictures are horrifying. They look like they eat children.
Most girls dream of finding true love someday. If Hollywood has the answers to true love,
I'm gonna vomit.
So many of
No, I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna vomit. We need to stop or I'm gonna vomit on camera. Speaking. Well, first of all, it says on the top they have a Girl Defined conference August 3rd to 4th in San Antonio. Honestly, I would go troll it if they had one in my city. I would go. Because I'm an extra bitch, but not enough to fly to Texas, because I'm a broke extra bitch, and there are limits. Kristen and Bethany would be honored to speak at your church event, retreat, conference, or Bible study, series, or study Biblical Womanhood, Discovering True Beauty, the Wise Girl versus the Foolish Girl. Guys, keep your heart in check. Is that a way of saying don't lust over girls' naked shoulders?
As young girls, and we saw this happen to so many girls we knew when we were in high school, so many of the decisions that you make relating to guys when you're this age, when you're in high school.
Oh, it's about liking guys, not directed to guys. Okay, never mind, can't relate. Let's check out that hot Girl Defined merch. Oh yes. So it's mostly just their books. Girl Defined coloring book. Coloring book. I can't get over that they have a coloring book. We love books. Here are a few of our all-time favorite reads. These books have challenged and encouraged us to live a radically different life than the low standard of our culture. It's kind of surreal that their beliefs are kind of radical now. Divine Design. An 8-week study on biblical womanhood. I wake up in the morning and I think, wow, you know what I really don't want to hear about today? Biblical womanhood. That sounds terrible. You know those videos where people like blend an entire Happy Meal together into like this weird, disgusting brown sludge? To me, that sounds like something I want in my life more than biblical womanhood. Let's go to their blog because this one's a doozy. Enjoying romance in a godly relationship. Why sexting isn't God's best for single women. Okay, so their videos, we've gone through, we know their YouTube channel, so I'm not going to watch any of the videos. But they write blog articles as well, too. And they are hilarious. How do I do a dramatic reading? Why sexting isn't God's best. Why sexting isn't God's best for single women. I just don't know what to do, she said to me, with a discouraged look on her face. One of my friends is sending nude pictures to her boyfriend, and I feel like I should say something to her. I don't think it's a good idea, but I'm just not sure what to say. This has been the only episode of Girl Defined ASMR, ever. I'm not doing that again. It says sexting isn't God's best plan for single women. Are married women allowed to sext? I wonder. 4 lies society is teaching you about sexting. Everybody is doing it. There's no harm in sexting. Sexting is healthy in dating relationships. Erotica is the foundation for a good romance. This is the phrasing of all of this. It's like incels, where you just have to laugh at the way they phrase just basic sentences because it just sounds like a fucking alien. 4 reasons why sexting isn't God's best for single girls. 1. Sex was created for marriage. Good, we're on marriage. I want to know if it's okay to sex when you're married, because obviously I need to know. I need to know if I can sext my wife. Oh, wait. Yeah. Lust is a sin. Nudity rejects God's design for modesty. Purity is still a priority to God. View by topic: feminism, relationships, culture, guys, femininity, personal struggles, the future, gender, fashion. Let's go to gender, because that's a really easy topic that nobody ever gets mad about on the internet. Seduction, using feminine allure in the right way. Standing in front of my bedroom mirror, I checked out my new jeans. I thought to myself, you look seriously hot. I had been working out a lot. My skin was tan from being in the sun, and my new jeans were snug around my hips. As I headed out the door to meet my friends, I suddenly felt very powerful and alluring, even seductive. I am riveted. This is the straightest I've ever felt. The problem isn't that we're beautiful, seductive, or have sexual desires. It's that we're embracing these things in the wrong context. Don't have sex unless you're married. We know already. What should we look at? Feminism. Another super easy topic that nobody gets mad about on the internet. Are you a Lady Wisdom or Madame Folly? What if you lived your whole life thinking you were a smart and empowered woman, only to get to heaven and discover you were actually quite foolish? Thoughts like these stop me in my tracks all the time. We live in a day and age where examining our motives, character, actions, and thoughts isn't something we're encouraged to do. Instead, we're encouraged to be empowered in the things that make us feel good, the things that make us feel confident and successful, the things that make us happy. The problem with this type of living is that it makes each person their own judge. Each individual person gets to decide their own definition of wisdom and foolishness. The lack of individuality, too. Oh my god, war flashbacks. Maybe you didn't come here for my last video, maybe you don't know, but the reason I have a huge problem with people like this is because I went to a very Catholic high school where the mentality was very, very similar to this. It was a really small, all-girls school, very cultish, because we were all dressed the same in our uniforms, and we were all encouraged to think exactly the same way, and held to like one exact standard for every single person. I love diversity so much, so it just freaks me the hell out to hear you shouldn't be empowered in the things that make you happy and make you original and make you feel good, and you should all be held to the standards of God. It just freaks me out, you know? So there's proverbs about Lady Wisdom and Madame Folly. Madame Folly is loud and foolish. You don't have to wonder if she's around. She uses her feminine allure and a beautiful body to sexually entice men who aren't her husband. Catch me sexually enticing men who aren't my husband. So yeah, I'm not super down with condemning individuality and freedom and self-expression. That's what I gotta say about that. Now, as I did once before, we're going to go over here and type gay into the search bar. I've read some of these, and these articles are really funny. Some of them are a bit old. This one is from October 14th, 2016, and it's called CoverGirl, Ditching Tradition and Embracing the Cover Boy. It's okay, you can say James Charles. I was absolutely shocked when I saw the words CoverGirl with a dude's face on the picture. What is this? I wondered. I clicked on the link and my fears were confirmed. For the first time in history, CoverGirl has proudly named the first ever male as its new face of CoverGirl. CoverGirl is no longer a gender-specific makeup company, but a company that essentially says, boy, girl, we don't care what gender you are, let's blur the lines. Let's blend up this gender thing and make up our own rules. I don't know, sounds pretty fun to me. Gender is a personal choice, because there is no God. See, I've read this before and I'm still... Gender is a personal choice, because there is no God. Sadly, from this day forward, I will never view this company the same. They have proudly and publicly transitioned from CoverGirl to Cover Gender Neutral. This Cover Boy move is the first step down a long flight of steep stairs. After seeing the picture of the makeup-covered boy, I decided to do a bit more research. I quickly realized that there is a Men in Makeup campaign that is pushing hardcore for a gender-neutral movement. This is just another voice in the culture saying gender is a personal choice and each individual can be whoever he or she wants. Bitch, that sounds great. What? When the new CoverGirl male was asked about his experience as the CoverGirl, he said, Men in Makeup is becoming more widely accepted, but it's going to take so much more open-mindedness to have it become a common thing. As much as this makes me cringe, it really just makes me super sad. They just love gender roles. I feel like you could deduce that just from looking at their absolutely disgusting graphic design, But they just really like gender roles. Beauty and the Beast. What else did we expect? I was sitting outside, working on a writing project when I got the news. A text message popped up on my phone from Zach that said, "Check out this article, babe." I clicked the link and it took me to an article titled, "Beauty and the Beast to feature first exclusively gay moment in a Disney movie." My first thought was, oh no, you've got to be kidding me. But then my next thought was, what else would I expect? I should be wearing a blonde wig. As shocked as some Christians are over the homosexual promotion in this new movie, it really shouldn't shock us, honestly. Disney is not a Christian company. Disney does not use God's word as a moral compass. Disney does not uphold Christian values. Disney does not fear God. Ah! What? Disney does not fear God. Fuck. Okay. Anyway, the girl-defined girls are batshit crazy. And if you thought they were batshit crazy after watching their YouTube videos, their blog posts read as even more batshit crazy, and their books probably do too. If you enjoy my dumb face and my questionable content, you can subscribe to my channel, follow me on the various social media, donate $1 to my Patreon. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Thank you ever so much for watching.